Hey everyone, welcome to Willow's Whimsy. I'm Neecie. This is my series, Niece's product review, and this is different. I've never done a book before, but I'm gonna this time. I've shot this 2 times already, and I end up bawling. I've got my Kleenex ready. I don't want this to be more than 10 minutes long. So if you've watched my other videos, you know that I'm a huge Motley Crue fan, and they came into my realm of knowledge when I was in 10th grade, towards the end of 10th grade. The whole heavy metal thing happened, and there's a hilarious story behind the first time I heard them, because I was determined not to like them. I wanted nothing to do with it. And anyway, I became a huge fan, and you know how it seems like everybody has their one band member, you know, that they're obsessed with. I was obsessed with Nikki Sixx from the get-go. And, you know, after high school and all of that, I loved the band, and, you know, you read things, and then as the internet was up and coming, you have more access, right, to information, and I just was, I wouldn't say obsessed, like not creepy or anything. Anyway, I love Nikki Sixx, and you know, so you'd hear news and all of that, and just fast forward, because I don't want this to go too long, and I don't want to cry anymore. So the band came out with the book The Dirt, and each of them kind of shared a little of their history growing up. And when I read Nikki's, I'm gonna cry. So he didn't know his father, and his mother, there were things, you know, issues, whatever. I saw myself in what he wrote about her in regards to my relationship with my son. And I was like, oh. Because when you're, I don't want to, it wasn't like, I didn't idolize him. I was going to say when you're idol. It wasn't like that, you know, but someone that you love or respect, or in a, you know, arm's length kind of way, because obviously I don't know him personally. It was the first thing, because I knew in my heart, because I was addicted, you know, and I was active, I knew in my heart what that little boy was going through was wrong. And of course you fight that battle and those demons. And it was the first, like, reading a grown man saying these things and having it still affect him was the beginning of change for me with my son. And I mean, we still had our journey, and we, like, he's good now, you know. I am so proud of him. So proud of everything he overcame within himself too, you know. And anyway, then Nikki came out with this book, The Heroine Diaries, and he came to the Mall of America, and there's a whole story there too. Weird God things, but I was towards the very end, and he stayed longer than he planned to, so he could get us all through. So people were like, boom, 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 hi, nice to meet you, blah, blah, blah. I'll put some pictures up, but I said to him, I know you're in a hurry. I said, I just got to tell you this. And I told him how much what he wrote in The Dirt meant to me, and how it had affected my relationship with my son positively, you know. And he wrote Denise, and then he wrote Love Nikki, and in between Love and Nikki, he wrote Wow. You see that? And I don't know. It just meant so much to me, you know? And now he has come, he's come out with lots of stuff, but the first 21, How I Became Nikki Sixx, and it's the first 20 years of his life, and he goes into a lot of detail. And there's so many connections. He was raised for the most part by his grandparents. I was too. I came out to live with, I call them mom and dad, but they're my grandparents, when I was 5, and my sister was almost 4, you know, but longed for my parents, and I did see them, and I did have them in my life, nominally so, but God, you want to talk resentment and blame and ugh, all the icky stuff. So, the book, because it's a book review. I'm not going to show you pictures, but just for the pictures alone, it's worth it. The pictures of him when he was a little boy are so precious, and it reminds me of my son. They're so innocent, they're so sweet, and God, we just, some of us, do our best to just them up completely, you know? But he writes about that, and it's riveting, like, and it was kind of an adventurous childhood, and he was like me too. He was a dreamer, you know? He was always coming up with, he was always adventuring, and that made me think of like me and my best friend, Beast. We're still best friends to this day, but you guys... we got into so much trouble all the time. And we both had all this pain in our little hearts, but we just laughed when we were together. We just laughed. We would have never imagined saying, I love you. We say it now all the time, but we got into so much trouble and shenanigans happened. Wherever we went, we were known for it. There were times we were kept apart on purpose because we just could not stay out of trouble. I'm sorry, we could not stay out of trouble when we were together. And, God, I don't know. It just, there was such, he wrote it so eloquently that there was a connection, like all these connections. I felt like through the whole book, you know, pew, 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 pew. And, but even if you're not an addict, even if you didn't have trauma as a child, even, you know, all of that, like, read the book. It's a great read. The pictures are awesome. You know, he's 10 years older than me. And so, the generation he came up in, like, I remember being a little kid and seeing the older kids dress like that. And it's crazy, you know, it's crazy. And it's such a wonderful book. And, I did a video. I don't like to drop names in my videos, like clickbait stuff. And I did one. Why I'm jealous of Nikki Sixx. And here's the deal, really quick, and then we'll wrap this up. So he's an addict and all of this, but he has this drive. I'm an addict. I have dreams. I've never achieved mine because I give up so easy. And now I'm in this situation where we've come full circle and I'm taking care of Mom. She's 96, you know? And I only get $200 a month. We thought, once I moved in, my brother and my sister and I thought, I'll get a full-time job, you know, she'll be okay, and realized rather quickly, no, can't leave her. And it might sound like, I'm sorry, this light is making me sweat. It might sound like they're only giving you $200, but I get to live in this gorgeous brand new apartment. They paid off my car. They paid for the groceries. It's not like, you know what I mean? Like, those things are taken care of. I'm trying to make my bath bombs. That's my dream. That's my creativity. I am a writer too. I have so many unfinished novels, you know, hundreds of pages long, and maybe at some point I'll do something with that. But right now I want to do the bath bombs. And, you know, I'm my own worst enemy and always struggling just enough to make, you know, I'll sell just enough to make money to buy supplies for Christmas. That's what's going on now with Halloween, you know, never having enough money to, you know, get the equipment I need to, I don't want to make it sound like I'm a victim, because there's me in this. There's me that stopped it from happening too. And now I'm in this financial situation. So you start to think, is it too late? Is it even worth having a dream at my age? I buy lotto tickets even though I don't have the money, because that's the only way I can think, oh, I'll get money. I love his drive. He was a baby. He was a kid, and he went to Los Angeles, and look what the man did. And then he got sober, and look what he has done. I'm jealous of his drive, you know? But the book is so good, and at the very end, I just want to share this, just really quick. I'm going to read one little part. I don't think he would care. Here are a few other tricks I've used whenever there's too much mud built up on my tires. And he goes into kind of some advice, you know? And I read it and I cried when I read that too. For entertainment purposes, even if you, like I said, if you don't like Nikki Sixx, you don't like rock and roll, whatever, I would still read this book. Like, the pictures are so fun. And the ones of him when he was little are so precious. And that made me cry thinking about my son too. I mean, but the story is so good. And it just brought so much up for me. So, like I said, connections going off left and right. And I think a good book, a well-written book, will do that for you. So I do recommend this. I think, like, I don't know if I said this, it was like 27 bucks or something like that. Well worth it, you guys. Congratulations to Nikki Sixx for writing this. And thank you for writing it. And I hope you guys will buy it and check it out and let me know what you think. And I'll see you next time.